Hello, this is Kirby1, and you are not here for your daily dose of Dominions. I am on vacation, and I will be uploading videos for you of various different topics, various quality. I guess we'll see which ones you like best, and you can let me know after my break when I get back, and we'll see where we go from there. We'll continue with the Daily Dose of Dominions on Monday, April the 9th. So, what I'm doing today is I'm going to be doing a battle replay for you guys. This is in a different game. One of the other games that I'm playing, I am actually, in addition to the Kailasa game that I'm doing a daily dose of, I'm doing five other games, one of which is Kailasa also, but with a different build. And so I'll show you the build, then I'll show you, and I'm also playing against Hinnom in this other game as well, also a different build. And so we'll get into what all is going on here. Let's see what my build is. That is lots of gems. And so my build, where are my sacreds? Okay, so they are sacred but not blessed yet. So we're going to let it go for a little bit. How about now? There we go. So my build is with this one in the game that I'm showing you with my daily doses. The build is regeneration, magic weapons, magic leadership, and fortitude. So this is basically a toned down version of that in terms of the bless that allowed me to get scales instead, specifically magic scales, so that I could be a research powerhouse. Now, what this bless is still monolith, as you saw, and still nature, earth, and astral. But instead, I went with protection 5, which is earth 6, I believe, and then berserk. Now, you might look at this and say, why in the heck would you take berserk? That is retarded. And that would be retarded because berserk will affect all of my monkeys, my monkey mages. And you are not wrong. That would be retarded if I had thought about that. So I've mostly for this game been lucky that it hasn't triggered on my monkey mages in the back lines of any of the major battles that I've had this game, but it was not my shining moment in decision-making processes. And like I've said, I think maybe like I've mentioned in my daily dose game, I actually like the original build that I went with maybe a couple of minor tweaks that I might make to it. I like it better than this build. I would not take berserk again on any of the monkey nations if I were to do it over. And 5 natural protection has not impressed me a whole lot. However, that said, in this game, berserking has actually pulled through with me in a number of random and interesting and unique situations, because these guys and these guys will get berserked by running in and getting hacked and slashed in combat, and they're not regenerating, so that is unfortunate, but their protection does get much higher with both berserking and the natural protection without any buffing spells needed. And then they never rout too, which normally they don't anyways because they have pretty high morale already to begin with, but they never do, and that has actually turned the tide in a number of battles. Alright, so we're gonna move right along, and we'll take a look at my army first, and then we'll look at Hinnom's army. So I'm doing pretty similar things to what I was doing in my last game. Recruit Anywhere, Sacred Guyakas, getting my favorite frontline infantry Gandharvas, and these Earth Gnomes I'm getting actually because I'm summoning them with one of the Kings of Elemental Earth. It's at that point in the game where I have enough research to summon them, and so I'm getting these guys from him. Fall Bears, another staple of my builds. And instead of the Crystal Amazons, I actually lucked into the, whatchamacallit, the Fire one, the Fire Amazon, Fire Blood specifically. And this is their Sacred Cavalry that they get, Griffin Riders, instead of the Pegasus Riders. They are a lot more damage dealing and still equally as not tanky, but they have much better protection, and they're getting my Bless, so they're actually getting the natural protection and berserking. And with these 3 attacks instead of the bow and 1 attack from, or 2 attacks from the Pegasuses in my other game, I think these guys are much better suited to frontline combat. Now, in addition to that, I got the mercenaries that I was telling you about the other time, with the Celestial Servant leader, who is sacred as well, and he gets the Celestial Soldiers. So that's how I got them. These are mercenary recruits. I am not somehow weirdly allied with Tianchi and getting his units from him. Now, these are mercenaries, but again, because they are magic beings and bless and sacred, they get both my blessing as well as celestial music if I can get it out. In addition to that, I have a lot of yogis and gurus in this fight. I have one of these Bandar nobles from a previously deceased reincarnated monkey, and then I have a bunch of yakshas and yakshinis, or you didn't see that. There we go, yakshinis in there. I've given some of them boots of stone so that they actually have some protection. I've given as many as my yakshinis as I can, if not all of them, water lenses, so they get bonus gems. And then he has a Clam of Pearls for a bunch of spells that I'll be able to cast with him. This guy got a feeble or muted, so he's actually kind of just chilling around being annoying. I've given my Earth 3s Earth Boots so that with Earth Power they can get Earth 5 and then Petrify if anybody gets close enough. Now, my Pretender is now up to Astral 5 and he has a bunch of gems on him. He is obviously not mobile, but because of teleport he can go wherever I want. This battle is actually happening on Hinnom's capital, which is why it's such a big fight. This is my Pretender. I teleported him onto his capital so that it would be a decisive move for me. I needed to win this fight because I am actually storming the fort after this. If he doesn't win, then I will be able to storm the fort and take Hinnom. So that's why I was like, this is all or nothing, throwing him into the fight. His Pretender is naturally here as well. He's got a great white bull, lots of gems on him as well. And this is the scales, the magic he took. And let's take a look at his bless. This is one of his heroes that he gets. His bless is Reinvigoration, Mountain Survival, and Recuperation. So he's going to heal afflictions, and he's going to have better mages, which is good for him. Not going to be super effective for any of his troops, but since most of his troops are undead or swordsmen, yeah, that and a bunch of summons, he's not going to be using his bless for his armies. So yeah, he's just got a lot of random stuff. He has lumber constructs, he has corpse constructs, he has a couple Fiends of Darkness, He has a Fire Lord. I really don't know where this guy came from. He's not a mercenary, and I don't know how he got this or what he is exactly. Maybe somebody can tell me. And then a lot of undead, especially long dead Rephyte, which Hinnom can get. He's got Fall Bears too. And he's got some Demon Knights. Some more demons over there. And he's actually got 3 of these heroes. He's got the Air Guy, which you'll remember from the other game. He's got the Son of Azazel, which is Fire, Astral, and Blood. And he's got the Fire Guy with lots and lots of fire. And these guys all have 2 in a number of different paths. I don't exactly remember which ones, but Earth is one of them, Fire I think is another, Nature, and I think Astral is the last one. So he's got a lot of random mages. Oh, and Air. Wow, okay, well there you go. In addition, and lastly, he's got a bunch of these Melquirts as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a ball as well, with a Ring of Regeneration. His army was apparently, some of them are starving. No, it's population killer. Different stuff. Now, some of his units you will see are injured already, and we haven't even had shots fired. That would be because I have had Wrath of God up this game, and he has been running around with this Doom stack attacking me. Until I just dropped in on Hinnom and he came back to fight me there. So a lot of his units are already injured from that, which is good for me. Now, let's get in and see what happens. It'll be a couple of turns while everyone gets battlefield spells down. Now I've got Rain because I have learned that Rain is actually really good against things like, you know, nations that cast fireballs and stuff like that. What does he cast? He has cast Mistform, maybe? No, there was something that he cast that got everyone. You know what? I'm going to put up the very detailed battle log, or detailed battle log. There we go. Fanaticism. Okay, that's what he's cast. So it's not going to be super good for his undead because they don't care. And there's a lot of lightning. Lightning bolts all over the place. I don't really have an answer to that because I don't script something like ground army or anything like that. I'm not sure if I can or if I have it researched or not. I'm dropping Iron Skin and Iron Soldiers on these guys. So they're going to get a lot of protection. And he's casting, or Legions of Steel. He's casting Legions of Steel on his guys too. So they're going to get a lot of protection. The ones that have armor. And these guys are just running right in. I think I have them scripted to attack rear. That's not going to last very long. Now that was something I was not paying attention to, but there's a lot of stuff going on, as you can see. Fireballs flying everywhere. Rain is going to help a lot with that. Nothing is really going to help with these lightning bolts. That is just a lot of... Oh, and something really, really important here happens. My Pretender dies. My Pretender dies because he got hit with a stray Soul Slay flying around. There's so much stuff flying around here, but he got sniped. Soul Slay tends to target really large things first, and at this point my Pretender is the largest thing out here on my side of the army. So yeah, there, failed to resist this penetration roll and gets sniped. So that's a lot of gems down the drain because he was carrying a lot of stuff and he didn't get off a lot of his battlefield spells that he wanted to get off. But the Bless is still in effect, and my units are still going at it. Now some Blade Winds coming in. here. That's going to be painful. Less painful for me now because I have such high protection, so that's good. We have some demons coming into the back line, but they do not seem to be having a good time of it. Yeah, they're just getting sniped off right away. Alright, so let's see the front lines. Oh, and my griffins go go ham on these guys and do not do very well for themselves. They don't last very long. Unfortunately, I've taken out this flank here, and this flank is sort of just empty of everyone except for Son of Azazel, who's gonna go right onto the back, and I don't really have anything to stop him. A lot of lightning. The air guy is coming in here, straight up front. He's taking a beating because his protection is not up to snuff, and he doesn't really have a lot of gear on him. And he's dead, just dead like that. Did I get Celestial Music off? I did. So all of my guys have quickness, which means that each of them is dishing out 4 attacks, putting out 8 attacks per square. And this guy is Berserk, so that's attacks at attack skill 19, damage 25 and 17, and it's magic damage, magic weapons. So no ethereal for you, high damage, gonna hit you. 8 attacks per square means that you're getting harassed like crazy. This guy's defense skill is down by 11 from harassment. And of course these guys are also getting quickness from that. So he just gets surrounded and killed. He's making it to the back though. Another thing I want to do is I want to show team squares, because at some point I actually enslave mined one of these Melquirts. So I'm going to keep an eye out to see when that happens and which one it is. Nope, not yet, but he's coming in the back. Oh, he got hit with, I think, Word of Stone. My Prophet here is still casting Word of Stone. Another thing I didn't do super well is that I put a lot of backup gems on my Prophet, and I didn't give them to my mages, so that was a little silly of me. He's just carrying around a lot of gems that are not doing so hot for him. Let's see if rain is doing its job. Not really. He seems to just be shrugging it off with all those fire gems. He hasn't been casting a whole lot of stuff either, so. Or, you know, it's also that reinvigoration. Reinvigoration is really doing a lot to help him out in terms of this. But yeah, he is paralyzed, stunned, and stuck there for a little bit. Some of my mages are running away, but my berserking guys are going to push through, and they are pushing through. His entire front line has been melted. Now I have a lot fewer guys to be sure, but his mages are running away, and he has no frontline troops to hold the line, and anybody that doesn't run now is going to get it. He's still there though. Trying to get him with soul slays and stuff like that. Now my bodyguards are coming in to fight him. He also doesn't really have any armor. He doesn't have any body armor, so his protection is not particularly impressive. Let's see, have I gotten any of these Melquirts yet? Nope. Stunned again. Oh, my rain guy ran away. Or was killed. I think he ran away. I don't think he's gotten any of my mages yet. Have I gotten any of his Melquirts yet? Not that I can see. I want to watch him get sniped and killed. Yeah, and he doesn't have... Oh, no, he does have regeneration. Never mind. Come on. There he goes. Alright. Maybe if I mind control him, he actually gets taken off the field. I'm not sure. Alright, and there it is. There you have it. I win the battle with huge losses. this is what's left of my army, sans Pretender. Another thing to take note of is that his Pretender actually got away. So that's unfortunate. Now, the numbers really tell the story on my side, though. Out of 400, he gets away with 50. I lose half my army as well, but the losses are not as great for me, with the exception of my monolith. So that's my bless gone until I can get him back. And honestly, I haven't really been... Well, you can't really get really good priests with early age Kailasa. All of your yakshas and yakshinis are holy ones, and your yogis, which are the ones you're spamming like crazy, are not priests at all. The only priest that a monkey nation gets is in Bandar Log, is when they get the first one, and then Patala, late age Patala, also has them with Brahmins, which are monkey priests, but there isn't really purpose to recruiting them that I can think of at the moment, so that's not really that big of a deal anyways. But yeah, so he's going to take a long time to get back, which is sad for me. But I did win the battle over Hinnom. I go on to attack Hinnom proper and take it. I got lots of miscellaneous equipment, and so there you have it. A very, very fun battle to watch, even though the odds were kind of even, I think, and even though I lost a lot and I felt like he lost more, and so I was very happy with the result, even though I did lose my Pretender. I can probably make do for the rest of the game without him. Either that or I'll just get killed. I guess we'll find out. So that's all for tonight. I won't be seeing you again tomorrow night because the, whole vacation thing. But whatever I put up, hopefully you will enjoy, and have a good one.